Hello Cloud Pedagogians, welcome back to the course. In today's lab, we are going to cover all of our learnings, whatever we have done so far. Basically, these exercises are designed to be completed in your AWS account and will have an associated cost. If you intend to attempt the exercises, familiarize yourself with AWS pricing. Specifically, Amazon EC2 pricing, Amazon S3 pricing, and the AWS free tier. For this scenario, you will log into the console as the IAM admin user. First, you will be creating the student directory application using user data configured during the EC2 instance setup. You will then launch an EC2 instance using the IAM role you created in the previous lab. Next, create an image for our student directory application EC2 instance. After that, you will stop the current EC2 instance and create a new instance using the AMI that you have created just now. Next, you will log into the new EC2 instance, which is virtual machine of course, to see your application and test it. Finally, once you have created the new student directory application successfully, you will stop and then terminate the instance, so that you can prevent additional costs from occurring. So let's go ahead and do it. In our first task, you will launch an EC2 instance to deploy our student directory application. Go ahead and do it. Search for EC2 in the search bar at the top. Choose EC2. Select instances on the left side panel and then choose the Launch Instance button. Choose Select next to the first AMI, which should be Amazon Linux 2 AMI SSD volume type. Choose the T2.micro free tier eligible as the type. In the network section, keep everything as it is in default and enable the HTTP and HTTPS protocols checkboxes. When you scroll down in the advanced details, you can select the IAM role. You remember that we have already created the IAM role in the last lab, so select that IAM role over here and scroll down. In the section of user data, copy your user script. Go ahead and choose Launch Instance. It will ask for to create a new key pair. Under the key pair name, enter app key pair and then click Create New Key Pair so that a key pair is downloaded in your Downloads folder. Finally, launch the instance. Click on View All Instances. The instance should now show up under Instances. Wait for the instance state to change to running and the status check to change to 2/2 checks passed. Sometimes the status checks update and the UI does not. Feel free to refresh the page after a few minutes to minimize waiting. Next to the name of your instance, choose the checkbox. Under the Details tab, copy down the public IPv4 address. Paste it into a new browser tab or window. You should see Student Directory placeholder. Right now, you will not be able to interact with it as it's not currently connected to our DynamoDB database. Congrats, you have successfully created an EC2 instance hosting the Student Directory application. Now I want to create an image for this application so that I can create a new instance easily without having multiple configurations. So let's go ahead and do that. As you can see, my Student Server 1 application is running fine. Now I'm gonna stop the instance to create an image. My instance is successfully stopped. As you can see, my instance state is going to stopping stage. After a while, it goes to the stopped stage. It means the instance is completely stopped and your application is no longer going to work. Now select the EC2 instance checkbox and go to the actions, select image and templates and click on create image. Enter a name for image name and to the description as well. As you see here, the volume is attached to the EC2 instance. Go ahead and click on create image. Currently, the AMI is going to create it. It takes some time to get the status to available status. So go ahead and check our student AMI image in images section. So go ahead and click on AMIs over on the left pane. Here you can see our newly created image which is created from our instance. Now the status is pending. Wait for it to available. Congratulations! You have created an AMI using the student directory application EC2 instance. Now it's the time to launch the new instance using this image. Now the status is available. Go ahead and create a new instance using this AMI. I'm clicking on launch instance. Enter student server 2 as the name. In operating system images section, select my AMIs. You can see here my newly created student AMI is listed here. All the configurations are taken place as it is, so go ahead and click on launch instance. Now student server 2 is available and running. Congratulations! You have launched the new instance using the image you have created. Now it's the time to connect into the EC2 instance and troubleshoot the problems you have. Let's check whether the application is inside working or not. As you can see here, the application is not working. So let's go and try to troubleshoot the problem. We have to connect to the EC2 instance and try to see where the problem is exactly. To connect to the EC2 virtual machine, you have to select the instance and go ahead and click on Connect button. In the EC2 instance, click Connect. This opens a new browser with the EC2 terminal. Inside the EC2 instance, I'm going to see whether the user script is successfully completed or not. To do so, I have to open Cloud Init Output log file inside the log folder of var folder. As you can see here, all the user script ran successfully. But the application server is shut down. Now we'll go ahead and start the application server. As you can see, the server is started. Now refresh the instance IP address in the browser. As you can see here, now the application is up and running. Congratulations, you have connected to the EC2 instance and make the application up and running. Now it's the time to understand the EC2 state changes. Now you know how to connect to the EC2 instance through the console management page. It's the time to test the EC2 lifecycle. Now my new EC2 instance is working fine with the student directory application. What do I do with the old instance? Of course, I have stopped the old instance so I don't get charged for it. Since my new instance is working fine as expected, I don't need the student server 1 anymore. So I'll go ahead and terminate the old instance. But you can experiment with different instance state. And finally, don't forget to terminate the instance to incur the charges. I hope you got to learn something new in this lab. Hope to see you in my next video. Until then, take care.